Why, hi, Laura J. Having a bath, as you can hear and see, and I want to say it's day 19 out of 66 days to transform your self-image. And today, earlier, before I raked and burnt leaves to get the place ready for the next season, I was over talking to a woman who's standing her ground and calling other men and women to account and to actually do the same, which is what I believe we all need to do. So, as this day's message, I am actually going to ask you how you have stood through the Certificate of X Identity Death, AI, for what I refer to as the COVID-19 PSYOP that has seen us all lose the identity we had prior to it in order to adopt the identity that we created because of it. So I want to ask each of you to really think about how you stood or how you didn't and why you didn't. This is not about shaming or blaming anyone, but it is about recognizing our own behaviors. Our own behavior patterns that actually give us the opportunity to find the lesson before a more advanced teacher comes to give us the lesson that we didn't get the first time. Because life is all about tests and trials. The trials where the legal beagles will try all to hang us out to dry with the person that is implied to be us when it's only the suit that we wear, and then take off when we leave the office of the public, which is what we step into as a man or woman who is able to actually empower the corpse that we orate on behalf of while we serve for the corporation, in order to then take off that suit and step back into the private. Well, I was saying earlier today that plausible deniability is the way the men and women acting as legal beagles have been covering for the pro-social lie that says we must buy the BS of belief systems that are bullshit because it was written on bulls, papal bulls in fact, that we didn't know was the A of air for canon law and ecclesiastical law, where you fire a cannon at an oncoming vessel to let him know you're armed and are willing to stand your ground and protect your territory if you have to. For that is what a captain does, and a good pirate ship knows that the first thing we pack is a box of flags, so that we can put up the flag that the oncoming vessel might trust most in order for us to win them over and develop a relationship that can serve both parties or exclusively the one making the offer, which is the way that the prophets of the present moment, where we're present to be here fully present, we prophets have been traded in order to make corporate profits with a F instead of the PhD of life. Where I said about the trials that the legal beagles will try all in order to hang us out to dry for. But we also must see the tests that come through life, not after we've had practice, which would be really nice, but that's not how it works. School teaches us that's the way it is. You study and then you get tested. Life is about getting tested so that we actually study the thing that we needed to know before we did. So we learned it, and then the next time we can say from lived experience, hey, don't go that way, and make a turn here and there, and that's what I found when I was there this many years ago. And we can actually share the feel, felt, found from a practical perspective instead of just a manipulative one. And what do I mean by that? Well, a really good salesman will listen to you. Tell me how you feel. And then I'm speaking in first person because you, as second person pronoun, need to know the importance of speaking in first person pronoun, lest you, the second person, become an agent to get in between me and my direct source connection to truth as I exist within it, compared to the middleman that would say that I need his hand in order to command from the divine to filter down the vine that we see to be the family tree, that we are branches on. So trials and tribulations have tests along the way for us to practice and then be able to say from lived experience, don't or do. What I felt when I had that experience that you feel right now, resonance, relatability. This is how I'm saying how you felt, and then feel, and then I'm sharing how I felt, and then I can share what I found. So that's the feel, felt, found model that if you're in sales, you know about already. And if you've been sold to ever in your life, you may have found that you felt the way that I am saying you feel when you're seeking an answer to a question you don't know because you haven't went inside to find it. Because each of us have keys within ourselves that we just need someone to point us in the direction of the door for. Because until we know where the door is, who the fuck cares about the key? Hee What do we both know? When you can make it home, you can be alone and know that you're home and that it's gonna be okay. Can you say so? Let me know. And what I wanted to share before I came on here live was that we will be calling all those who have received COVID charges till we find out what we've done and what has worked and what has not, so we can come together and share what's worked and hasn't, so we can have a roster of our own, not owned by corporations or by nations, but instead it'll be owned by us, and we're the ones who are on the playfield of consciousness. So today's message is for us to trust ourselves, to come together and to care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and damn it, I look forward to damming the flow of corporations moving forward by the hands of men and women in command of corrupted corporations that are orating mandates that cause harm to nations and all its people. That's what we're remedying. What do you think of this? I'd love to know, and comment down below if you know one who got a COVID charge and had their certificate of Vex identity death with the rest of us who all lost life as we knew it before COVID was called, and then we were in a different game. That's a whole lot. But I hope you liked it, and I am not done. But there is a hawk up above. So whether you saw it or whether you did not, I cannot tell, because the lens was what would know, and your screen then captured what was seen or wasn't. So now that you've had the philosophical version of truth from Laura J's perspective, I'd love to know what you have to say down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what this message means to you, what it means for you. And as I always ask, what are you going to do with what you heard here today?
When we realize that we're stars, we'll stop chasing the stars. When we know that we are love, we will stop searching for love. When we realize we are whole, we will stop seeking wholeness. And when you see yourself as truth, we will stop seeking the truth.